Okay, well that's a wrap. My high school graduation ceremony just finished up a few minutes ago. I stood there in my cap and gown, scanning the crowd, hoping you'd show up, but you didn't. You really didn't come. I wasn't hopeful, but still.
Oh, Liam, for heaven's sake, don't make such a fuss. I told you I had other things to take care of today.
Other things? You left first thing this morning because the casino had some new machine you just had to try. You thought that was more important than your own son graduating high school?
I'm not going to apologize for having a little excitement in my life. Besides, it's not like this was some once-in-a-lifetime event. You'll have other big days. It's just a ceremony. There's no reason to get so worked up over one stupid ceremony.
That's easy for you to say. You didn't have to sit there alone watching everyone else get flowers and photos with their families. I never thought I'd be the only one whose parents didn't bother to show up.
You're really starting to sound like your father, you know that? You've got the same brooding, judgmental tone. It's exhausting even without hearing your voice.
You always do this, Mom. You always compare me to him like it's some kind of insult. I may take after Dad in some ways, but I'm not him. I've tried to be my own person, but you never let me be anything other than a disappointment.
Maybe if you were more like your sister, I wouldn't feel that way. Leah listens. She doesn't talk back or argue, and she's going places in life. Thanks to her, I know I won't have to worry about my lifestyle once I get older. But you've been nothing but problems right from the start.
Oh, great. Here we go again. You talk like Leah is your retirement plan, like her whole life exists to take care of you. She's still a teenager. You shouldn't be putting that kind of pressure on her.
Good grief, you're being extra obnoxious today. You are moving out today, aren't you? So do us both a favor and keep your opinions to yourself. Leah's all I need. I don't need someone who only exists to bug me.
Yeah, I'm moving out, but let me make one thing clear to you, Mom. Even if I leave this house, I'm still her brother. If I ever find out you're hurting her or pushing her too hard, I'll be back immediately. Don't forget that.
Oh, for goodness sake, you mean to tell me you actually showed up?
What, did you think I was lying when I said I was coming? I gave you plenty of notice. I said I'd be in town today and asked if we could talk. You picked the time and date yourself, and yet now you're nowhere to be found? Come on!
Plans change. Life happens. They just put a brand new machine in at the casino this morning, and I wasn't about to miss my shot. I could feel it. Today is my lucky day. I couldn't miss a chance to hit it big, could I?
So after all these years, I come back to have a real conversation, and you bail for a slot machine again. I guess now we're all clear on what matters to you.
Oh, don't get all high and mighty. I've got my own priorities, and sitting around listening to you whine ain't one of them. If you had anything useful to say, maybe I'd have stayed.
This isn't about saying something useful, it's about respect. I traveled here hoping we could finally talk like adults, but I should have known better.
You're still going on about respect? Oh, please, you always were a sensitive little thing. Just like your father, full of complaints and zero payoff.
I'm not trying to be Dad or anyone else. I'm trying to be your son. I just wanted 5 minutes of your time, but clearly even that's too much to ask.
Look, I don't have time to babysit some underachiever with nothing but a high school diploma. I've got better things to do. Real winners don't stop to feel sorry for themselves.
So now finishing high school makes someone a waste of time?
Hey, if you're jealous, maybe try doing what your sister did. Leah's got a college degree, a future, and the brains to listen when I give advice. That girl's my pride and joy.
Yeah, Leah really is something special. I'm proud to have her as a sister.
Excuse me, don't you dare talk about my Leah that way.
What? She's my sister, isn't she?
Well, technically, maybe.
You mean biologically?
Well, that's not what's important. What's important is that her greatness is all thanks to my parenting. A flunky like you doesn't deserve to be mentioned in the same breath as her.
I'm leaving.
You are?
Yeah, it's clear that this was a mistake and I wasted my time coming here. You're just gonna sit in front of that slot machine dumping in quarters all day and won't be back until nightfall. But I've got work in the morning and it's a long drive home, so I don't have time to wait for you. So yeah, I'm leaving.
Well, fine by me. Do what you want. I've got Leah. That's all I need. I don't waste time on dead ends. Hey, I just wanted to say I am really sorry about earlier. I did everything I could to stop her from going to the casino. I begged her to stay, but she just brushed me off and walked out like nothing mattered. She didn't even hesitate. She acted like your visit was just some minor inconvenience. It really felt like she did it on purpose.
Yeah, I had a bad feeling coming down here, but part of me still hoped she'd act like a parent just for one day.
What am I supposed to do now?
I think you should go ahead with your plans.
Really? You think so? This was supposed to be the first time that Mom met with my fiancé's parents. We were going to sit down, talk about the engagement, make things official, and now none of that happened.
Don't let her mess derail something that's important to you. Keep moving forward.
But their family didn't get to meet ours. Isn't that a big deal? Doesn't that kind of introduction matter?
Normally, yeah, but in this case, I think they understood more than they would have if the meeting had actually happened.
You really think so?
I do. Your fiancé's parents saw her behavior firsthand, even if just in absence. They know what kind of environment you've come from. That counts for something.
That's oddly reassuring. I mean, it's sad, but I guess you're right. In its own weird way, her absence said more than any polite introduction ever could.
Exactly. It's not the meeting we wanted, but it gave them a real picture of the situation. At least now there's nothing hidden, no secrets.
Then I guess I'll keep moving and get to planning the wedding without Mom. I was like you. I kind of figured this would happen. I just needed to hear someone say it was okay.
It is. You've come so far in life in spite of her bad influence on you. Don't let anything or anyone get in your way, you hear?
Thanks, Liam. Really, I needed that. Well, hello there, Liam.
Mom? Wait a second, this is odd. You're actually reaching out to me? As in, you want to talk to me? Huh. I don't remember the last time that's happened. What's going on? Did something happen?
Something happened, all right. Something amazing. Absolutely life-changing. For me, your sister just hit the jackpot. She married into money, and I mean a ton of money. This isn't just any run-of-the-mill rich guy we're talking about. He's a high-powered executive at some fancy tech company that's been on TV lately. You know the kind. He's young, flashy, and always gets lots of media hype. The company's blowing up. They're projecting it might be one of the single largest firms in the country within a few years.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm dead serious. He's pulling in over $100,000 a year at least, probably more once stock options kick in. I tried to nudge her toward the company's CEO, since he obviously would make even more, but that little creep had the nerve to go and get married before we could seal the deal. Still, the VP isn't a bad consolation prize, don't you think?
You're talking like you arranged a business transaction, not a marriage. Leah didn't pick him for his money, Mom. She actually loves the guy.
Oh, come on, Liam. Don't be naive. Sure, maybe there's some warm, fuzzy stuff in the mix, but she followed the exact plan I laid out for her. I've been drilling it into her head since high school. Find a man with money, set yourself up, set me up. And look at her now. This is officially mission accomplished.
Her marriage isn't a retirement plan for you. She got there on her own without your help.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Of course this is about me, too. After all the years I put into raising her right, keeping her head in the game, steering her away from losers like you, this is my reward. She's finally made it, and I'm finally going to live comfortably. No more stress, no more scrimping. Everything I've been waiting for is finally falling into place.
You really think she owes you for this? You've never supported her, not financially, not emotionally. You weren't there for any of the hard parts.
Exactly. She never needed me to babysit her. She worked, got her degree, found the right man, all without dragging me down. She is the perfect daughter. She's never even asked for a dime. She turned out exactly how I planned, almost like she was born to fix the mess you made of things.
That's what you're telling yourself now? That Leah was born to replace me and support you? Funny. Usually it's parents who support their kids, not the other way around.
Oh, don't twist my words. All I'm saying is this marriage is exactly what I've been waiting for. If you screw this up, if you breathe a single word that makes her second-guess this marriage, so help me, I will make you wish you kept your distance. I've waited too long for this kind of comfort, and I am not letting anyone get in the way, not even my own son. This is much more than a marriage, Leah. My future is riding on this. Liam, you were right. She came. Mom actually showed up. She walked right in like she owned the place.
Yeah, that tracks. Did she say anything?
She didn't even bother with small talk, just sat down and said she needed money.
Of course she did. That's the only reason she ever comes around. How much did she ask for?
You're not going to believe it. She asked for $200,000.
Are you freaking kidding me?
And those were my thoughts exactly. What made it worse was how nonchalant she was about it. She said it the same way you would ask someone to pass the mashed potatoes.
I figured she'd ask for something outrageous, but that's not a bold ask. That's pure delusion.
I'm not finished. My in-laws were in here when it happened.
Oh no.
They live nearby, so they drop in sometimes for tea. Of all days, she chose today to show up and jumped right to panhandling. They handled it better than I expected. They told me they'd mentally prepared for some kind of stunt, but even they were shocked by the amount.
I'm glad you told them the truth about her ahead of time. Trying to hide what she's like would have backfired.
Exactly. If we'd tried to paint her as complicated, this would have blown up 10 times worse.
Did she even say what the money was for?
I asked. She said rich people don't need to ask how their money gets used. Then she smiled and said, "So will you give me cash or a check?"
That's beyond help.
It's okay. My in-laws actually pulled me aside afterward. They want to help. They said maybe it's time I started living without her hovering over me.
They're right.
Can we talk more tomorrow? I'd like you to come over.
Absolutely. I'll stop by after work.
Thanks. See you then.
Mom, what the hell were you thinking?
Oh, calm down. I don't have time to sit around explaining myself to you.
You walked into Leah's home and demanded $200,000! You didn't even try to be subtle about it. You just threw out the number like you were ordering lunch.
Don't make it sound so dramatic. I simply asked for what I deserve. Leah married into money, didn't she? As her mother, it's only fair that I benefit from that. That's how families work.
You've gotta be kidding me. Because of that stunt, Leah's marriage is falling apart. She's on the verge of a divorce.
Wait, what? Divorce? Oh, you're not serious.
Of course I'm serious. You made your little request right in front of her in-laws. You didn't even bother checking who was in the room, did you?
How was I supposed to know they'd be there?
You didn't ask, that's the point. And here's something you clearly didn't care to find out. Her husband's family has a strict rule that's been passed down for generations. They don't lend or give money, not one single dollar, to anyone, not even family. It's a core belief in their household. So imagine their reaction when their son's new mother-in-law barges in and demands $200,000 out of the blue. They were furious, and rightly so.
Oh, come on. They're rich. What's a couple $100,000 to people like that?
That's not how it works. And you know what's worse? They already knew you might try something like this. Leah was honest with them about your history. They were prepared for something inappropriate, but they weren't ready for that number.
Well, excuse me for knowing my worth. I figured I'd start at 200,000 just to test the waters. Eventually, I was hoping to get closer to 1 million, maybe more, depending on how generous they felt.
You're unbelievable! You think this is some kind of negotiation? You walked in, wrecked your daughter's credibility, humiliated her in front of her in-laws, and now you're mad they didn't hand you a blank check?
All I'm saying is, if they've got the money, they should share the wealth. Leah married up, and she owes that success to the way I raised her. I kept her focused. I pushed her to aim high.
You didn't raise her. You gave her pressure, not support. You weren't the one paying for school. She worked, scraped by, and built that life despite you, not because of you.
Well, she turned out perfect, didn't she? Quiet, polite, and smart enough to lock down a guy with a fat paycheck. So yes, I'll take some credit.
I've had enough. And before you start spinning more fantasies about Dad, don't bother. We started a design firm together. I run the creative side and he's the president. He's remarried now with a new family. If you try to show up, he'll shut the door in your face.
Wait, you and your father started a company?
That's right, we built it from the ground up. And if you're thinking about trying to reconnect, save yourself the embarrassment. It's not going to happen. Anyway, sorry to interrupt your little meltdown, but Leah says she has something to say to you next.
She... what? Mom, we need to talk. Leah! Oh, thank God. I heard there's trouble with your marriage. Are you really about to get divorced? Yes, but there's one way that I can stop it from happening. Oh, what a relief. I knew things would work out. So that means the $200,000 isn't a problem anymore? Not exactly. They said if I cut ties with you completely and permanently, they'll let the marriage continue. Wait, what? Cut ties? With me? That's right, and that sounds like a great deal to me. What? You've tried to control every part of my life. You never supported me. And just so we're clear, my college tuition, that came from Dad and Liam. They're the ones who stepped up, and it's a good thing they did too, or else you would have successfully stolen my hope of a future. What are you talking about? You took every single penny you got in child support after the divorce and gambled it away. That money was meant for me and Liam, and you threw it into a slot machine. So this is it. I'm done. From this point on, we're finished. Wait, Leah, you can't do this to me. Goodbye, Mom.
After Leah cut ties, I did the same thing and blocked my mom's number. Word is she tried tracking down Dad's company. She wandered around the area like she thought she could just show up and be welcomed back. A cop stopped her for loitering, and after that, no one's seen her. Neighbors say she hasn't been around the old house either. Seems she thought Leah's marriage meant she had a new source of money. She eventually got bored with slot machines and started gambling in other questionably legal venues too. She even took out loans from sketchy lenders. Looking back, she didn't come up with that $200,000 number on a whim. That was to pay off her debts, plus a bit extra to keep feeding the habit. So much for her fantasy of an easy retirement. If I had to guess, she's out there somewhere now, stuck doing whatever awful job she can find, just trying to stay one step ahead of her creditors.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.